into Scorpio this morning. For me, it's Wednesday. This is the Paleo Report for February 3rd of 2021. I thought you might be a little tired of the tropics and the beach and the bananas and everything. So these photos are from my nephew up in Alaska. He's just picked up he's a marine biologist, but he's gotten into taking pictures, and they are amazing. And then his grandmother's house burnt down in Oregon. So he's on a little fundraiser to build her another house. And if you want, you can click on the link in the notes. In the meantime, I actually want to put the chart back up here, unless you want to rewind. Yeah, let me pause this thing once and at this chart and see that if it's not for the moon in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces, there's like no planets in water. There are basically no planets in fire except Chiron. We've got basically Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn all in Aquarius. And Mars and Uranus in Taurus. We've got a lot of air. And Aquarius I call outer space. And then we've got Earth, Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, and Mars, Black Moon, Lilith, and Uranus down there in Taurus. So I'm going to talk about that today. And the moon obviously is going to leave Scorpio in a couple of days. Friday she goes into Sag, but not before she does a nice square to the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, opposes Mars tomorrow, Thursday. And then in the meantime, Saturn is conjunct with Venus. The two of them are dancing together all week. Venus is exactly in the way of Saturn. Right now, you're not going to see Saturn. Venus is, in between the Earth and Saturn on Friday. It's exact. And Mercury is coming around in between the Earth and the Sun. So this retrograde Mercury is going to have a Sun-Mercury conjunction exact on Monday. So I want to be talking about that. What else is happening? When it comes to conjunctions, Mars is conjunct Black Moon Lilith on Sunday. And I just wanted to just mention, when it comes to all these planets in Aquarius, they're going to stay in Aquarius until the 17th. So we've got more than 2 weeks of big time Aquarius. I'm going to talk about that. And of course, the Mars-Uranus square going on from Taurus. That's, just going on. Well, Uranus square Saturn is going on all year. But that I think is going to take care of everything for now. I mean, the moon is in her third quarter phase after Sag on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She goes into Capricorn and it moves on through Capricorn, enters Aquarius on Tuesday. And then we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius along with everything else. Oh, man. Let's check out what it means. All right, everybody. I'm going to take advantage of this moon in Scorpio while it's still in Scorpio and talk about water, emotions, feelings, love, desire, relationships. Ay, caramba. We've got the Venus moving into that conjunction with Saturn. Happens less than once a year. So it's starting a new cycle. Saturn is form and structure, wanting to reform and restructure our relationships, our values, what is important to us. And it's in the sign of Aquarius, wanting to revolt against the conventional, illuminate ourselves, enlightenment, open the third eye, see our relationships in a new way. Not just through Zoom and Facebook and Match.com or Tinder, but there are many, many, many different ways. And this is what the mantra today talks about: intimacy, Emotions and feelings are what make us human and differentiate us from so many other creatures, plants, minerals, and planets and galaxies, right? I want to look at the anthroposophical fourfold man, fourfold human. The Earth. Right now we've got Pluto, Uranus, Mars, and Black Moon Lilith in Earth signs. The physical body. Revolutionary, sudden, perhaps traumatic changes, ups and downs, the extremes. Then we have the emotional body is water. And like I say, we've got the moon in Scorpio today, but by Friday she moves on into Sag, and we're not really going to have any planets moving into water. The sun goes into Pisces February 17th. Those of you that have listened to me for a long time know that I see Pisces as ether. Even the old astrologers call it gas, mist, clouds, fog. It's not really an earthly, it's cosmic, it's spiritual, it's divine love. It's not personal, it's the 12th sign, the 12th house. So even when the sun, Mercury, and Venus do go into Pisces, I'm not going to say that there's much water going on. And then we've got air. Aquarius, Gemini, right? Libra. North node of the moon is in Gemini. And all this energy, like I say, these 5 planets in Aquarius for another couple of weeks, more than that. Think, analyze, read, watch, research, invent, envision, science, technology, prophecies, conspiracies, you name it. Aquarius is about truth and experimenting. Here we have an experimental vaccine. I understand it's actually the legal definition of a vaccine does not meet. This vaccine is not legally, if you go to court, it's not legally a vaccine. It's still in the experimental stage. But, so we have this, energy of the third eye, awaken, liberate, break free, step outside the norm, the conventional, the ordinary, and, look at new ways of doing, saying, being, witnessing, creating, relationship, partnership, financial, Venus, the ruler of Taurus, stability, Saturn. So this is also about income and about stabilizing. And where is it happening? Global corporations, big businesses, groups, friends, associations, having your subscribers or your listeners or it's about community. Aquarius is about community. Jupiter is in Aquarius, almost the whole year. So it is really, it's time for us to be working together, forging new relationships, new partnerships. And then we have the astral body, physical, emotional, mental, astral. I associate the astral with fire, and we've got Chiron in fire. So our ability to just like project and go out and flip flop around the universe or whatever. We're not going to have any fire for a long time. Oh my goodness, right? Jupiter and Saturn and really till 2026, Saturn and Neptune will go into Aries, and we're going to have actually in 2024 Jupiter will go there, but still, right now, this is a weekly report, what I'm saying, and I want to look at astrology as like celestial navigation for the next few weeks coming up. Okay, there's not so much in the emotional, not so much in the astral. It's all mental and physical. And so as human beings and intelligent, conscious, evolving souls, we want to balance, we want to offset,
we want to really, use our consciousness to consciously enter into our feelings, our emotional realm, emotional bonding, emotional connection, relationship with other people that is intimate, that helps us experience ourselves. In evolutionary astrology, we evolve through our feelings, not our thoughts, and certainly not these bodies that just kind of get old, but through our feelings and emotions. So this is really a time, Venus, Saturn is wanting us to really go through, reflect. Saturn, the planet of reflection, maturity, objectivity. It's usually a time Venus, Saturn cools off our relationships. That's why it's square to Scorpio. So even today, we've got 5 planets in Aquarius saying like liberate and get out, and we've got Moon in Scorpio that's is saying come deeper, come close. And what is this come deeper, come close? Let go of the past conditioning. Let go of our childhood experiences. I'm going to put a link in the notes here today that really can, yeah, the guys were doing really great work around just, coming into, or he says, in order to get into the future, you have to deal with the past. The way that, your parents, your caregivers, we've all got childhood conditioning, wounds, and in order to really fully open and be present, this is also the Moon in Scorpio, has to do with therapy, with shamanism, with different rituals and ceremonies and techniques that are designed to help us get down out of our heads, out of the chit chat, out of the monkey mind, and really come into our feelings. One way of doing that is to wake up every morning and write down a couple of feelings. I got that assignment from one of my buddies in my men's group on Monday, and I woke up yesterday and today and wrote down a couple feelings just to help come in. Oh yeah, before jumping on the news or the email or the what's business, come into our humanity, and then we will treat each other in humanity. And what is even more so than that is intimate. Scorpio is about intimate, romantic, sexual, soul mate, soul union. This desire to penetrate and be penetrated and merge with another being, to awaken and enliven, and open us to new aspects, new feelings, maybe some new fears. Fears around being vulnerable, around being betrayed, around being abandoned, around being laughed at, ridiculed. You name it. We've all had a history. We've all got history. We've all got baggage. Scorpio is about letting go of the baggage and, coming with mastery, with power to go for it again. And then the moon moves into Sagittarius, letting go of limiting beliefs and expanding our consciousness. And Venus comes around to Saturn. I want to read to you. It's very fascinating to me. This is a very cosmic. It's a very cosmic degree. 5 degrees 54 minutes. The Sabian symbol, the 6th degree of Aquarius. A masked figure performs ritualistic acts in a mystery play. The individual's involvement in long established patterns of activity aiming at the release of collective power. The great mysteries of the past were created by inspired seers and adepts for the purpose of transferring to a mentally conscious and humanly significant level of group operation what in the lower kingdoms of life we call instincts. Biological and cosmic energies can thus be used to ensure that social processes do not lose touch with the deeper realities of planetary and universal life. Rituals are binding, and often the performers wear masks, for they do not act as human persons, but as focal points for the release of transpersonal forces. Yeah. The individual is seen having assumed a transpersonal responsibility. If the human species is going to survive, we need to procreate. Taurus and Scorpio is the procreation axis. Along with procreation and the ritual of lovemaking comes responsibility, and it's both personal and transpersonal. Venus is the lower octave of Neptune, personal love and divine love. So this week, and for the weeks coming ahead, I'm going to say that the tendency is to get pulled out, get pulled up, distract ourselves with business, with work, with friends. But I want to encourage you to, like I did last year, was expand your bubble to include intimate others and to go forward, and to go out into the world and initiate new relationships, new partnerships with new people, individuals, organizations that are going to open up this idea, spark that, to enliven your world with more potential. Look at the fire's kind of going out. I see it there. Yeah, today has been very frustrating. This other thing with Venus Saturn is just block, block, block. You may be feeling blocked, and you may want to reach out, or you may want to go somewhere, or you may try that business or that business, and it's just no, no, no. Door closed, door closed, door closed. And this is drawing you in to feel, letting go of some of the external to become, just like the Sabian symbol said, right? Transpersonal channel of something greater, bigger, and divine. So I've been hitting these blocks today, and this is it's taken me all day to do this Pele report. I went outside, and I'm up in the mountains here a little more, and it's cold and windy. I put a box next to the phone, and there was no sound, right? So now I get to do the whole thing over again. I got sick yesterday. I'm starting this fire. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. I go from the beach to kind of having a cold and being sick and getting the flu. Yesterday, canceled readings, and basically, it was my wife Laura that came in with all the goodies, the oregano tea and the chicken soup and vitamin C, vitamin D, the Reiki mushroom extract, and it's just, so, these relationships, intimate partnerships where you can count on another, rely on someone to be there, to hold you when you're sick, when you're down, when you're out. This is such a natural, powerful part of life, of being human. And these times, we're in some very challenging times where we are also, and it's almost like some powers that be realize, they know We are weaker alone. Divide and conquer. Separate, lockdown, masks, just keep everybody in their own little isolated box where their fears and their phobias and they don't have any, emotional connection or emotional support. This is the more research and the more study and the more this goes on, I'm just really feeling like, there's some diabolical consciousness behind what's happening. Astrology, there's no coincidences. There's no accidents. I posted actually a very good talk about the incarnation of Ahriman on my Facebook page. And I also have on my website, I've put up a resources tab, helpful resources, and it's got a whole bunch of links to a number of different talks, articles, videos, all kinds of information on a variety of subjects. Maybe I'll put this talk from the director of the Anthroposophical Goetheanum on there, where he's talking about how things are going to be going as we approach the third millennium. Some very powerful spiritual entities are preparing, okay? And some of these preparations involve making major changes in our socio-cultural, religious realities. So, yeah, it's a time to wake up. It's a time to be conscious. It's a time to maintain relationships, initiate relationships, really create, and keep those emotions, that humanness, that heart active. And not through, what is it, Brighton or Bridgerton or Netflix movies and romance movies and stuff. It's like the real feelings, the real guts of the matter. So that is what the mantra is about today. Yeah? I will make a special effort to go deep down within, knowing that love and contentment are feelings found therein. It's not the best mantra I've ever done, but gets the point across. Get this sense of water seeks the lowest level. Don't sail your ship and get tossed by winds and air and too much thinking. It's adjust your schedule, your time, your priorities, your beliefs. Yeah, if you've got a list of values, a list of priorities, I hope that emotional connection, emotional, romantic, whatever, union, that intimacy is high up on that list. Because that is how evolution, Pluto, the force of evolution, is the ruler of Scorpio. So we evolve so much through relationship and partnership. And of course, it takes work. Maybe I'll get into that later. I will make a special effort to go deep down within, knowing that love and contentment are feelings found therein. May you have a week full of love, of excitement, of deepening of your existing relationships, and perhaps expanding, opening, looking at where your boundaries are. Saturn is boundaries. Venus coming around is let's look at where are my boundaries? What's limiting, blocking, or stopping me from connecting? How much of it is external? How much of it is internal? There's a lot of processing that can be done this week that is really going to help everyone improve our lives. May you have an improved life. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.